Law enforcement fights crime in our neighborhoods. The eyes and ears of the community can prove vital in these efforts. Stay vigilant. Your tip could crack the next case. This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crimestoppers.
Welcome to this week's edition of Acadiana Crimestoppers, the show which partners law enforcement and community to help solve and prevent crime on our streets. In this episode, we will cover the crime of the week, parish by parish. We will also talk Lafayette Parish Most Wanted with Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas and what new tools Lafayette Parish is using to bring these perpetrators to justice. Our first crime of the week segment comes from Acadia Parish, where law enforcement is looking for a suspect accused of taking something that didn't belong to them. Sheriff KP Gibson is asking if you recognize and can identify this suspect.
Detectives with the Crowley Police Department are asking for the public's assistance with identifying an individual wanted for identity theft and access device fraud. The suspect was captured on video surveillance retrieving a bank card from an ATM after it was left by the victim. The suspect then made a purchase at a local business using the stolen card. The suspect is described as a black male with a light complexion and heavy build, wearing all black clothes and a hair covering. He was driving a light-colored older model Camaro. If you're able to identify this individual, you're urged to call the tip sign at 789-TIPS or download our P3 app to report your tip. All callers will remain anonymous and can receive up to a $1,000 cash reward for information leading to his arrest. Be the difference. For Crimestoppers of Acadia Parish, I'm Sheriff KP Gibson.
If you have any information on this crime, call Crimestoppers at 789-TIPS. You could earn up to a $1,000 cash reward.
This next crime from St. Landry is chilling. Law enforcement in the parish tells a story of a woman driving alone who was targeted with violence. It is not yet clear if the victim was targeted specifically or if this was a random attack. Now the search is on for the person or persons responsible.
You're watching St. Landry Crimestoppers.
The St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office needs your help with an unsolved shooting in the Opelousas area. On December 22, 2022, just after 11 p.m., a motorist was traveling through Opelousas on her way home. The female driver, alone in the vehicle, suspected that vehicles were following her. When she reached the intersection of Sugar Mill Road and Highway 357, she was struck by gunfire from 3 different caliber weapons and was fired upon a total of at least 34 times. The female then went to a nearby residence stating that she was shot and needed medical attention. The victim's white Toyota Camry had more than 20 bullet holes in the driver's side near the driver's front fender and door, the driver's door window, and the back glass were also struck. Use our QR code on your screen or tip using any mobile device by dialing **TIPS. Remember to download our P3 app and tap the app to say it here and submit your anonymous tips. On behalf of St. Landry Crimestoppers Board, Sheriff Bobby J. Guitros and the St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office, thank you and have a blessed day.
If you have any information on this crime, call Crimestoppers at 948-TIPS. You could earn up to a $2,500 cash reward.
We have an update on a shooting we first brought to you on our broadcasts. Jeanerette police are looking for 2 suspects in addition to the 2 they are already searching for. Here are pictures of the 2 new suspects. Skylar Rollins is wanted for principal to illegal use of weapons or dangerous instrumentalities, principal to aggravated assault with firearms, and principal to aggravated criminal damage to property. Authorities are also searching for Jalen Arthur Turner. He is wanted for multiple offenses, including illegal use of weapons or dangerous instrumentalities, aggravated assault with firearms, and illegal possession of a handgun by a juvenile. Here's a look at the suspects authorities are already searching for in connection with the shooting. Jeanerette police say Akir Cortel Marks and Jared Javon Eugene are both wanted on several firearm and assault charges. Both are from Jeanerette. Marks' last known address was on Time Street. Eugene's was on Captain Butte Road. The shooting took place near Peach and Pellerin Streets. If you have any information on the shooting, contact Jeanerette Police. Another update on a shooting we first reported Wednesday night on our broadcast. Lafayette police have a person of interest and are urging anyone to call Crimestoppers as investigators continue to figure out what led to a shooting at a Super 1. They are not releasing the name of the person of interest at this time, as the shooting is still under investigation. The shooting happened a little after 7 Wednesday night at Super One Foods on 215 Willow Street. Lafayette police say 2 men were shot and taken to a hospital for treatment. News 10 was at the scene and spoke to Sergeant Robin Green, who says they are gathering all of the evidence and information they can.
We are currently in the early stages of the investigation. We have a crime scene out here. We have our investigators trying to figure out what occurred prior to the shooting to try to figure out what was the motive behind it. If anyone that was out here that may have left the scene and witnessed what occurred or have any information about what happened here tonight, we urge them to call Lafayette Police Department, or if they want to remain anonymous, they can call Lafayette Crimestoppers at 232-TIPS. Any information is pertinent to help us figure out what exactly happened here tonight.
Again, if anyone was at Super One Foods at the time of the shooting or has any information on the suspects, contact law enforcement. One Acadiana hosted a Civic Con event in Lafayette, with the topic being public safety and crime prevention in the parish. Both Mayor President Monique Blanco-Boulay and Police Chief Paul Truard were there to speak to their vision and answer questions from the public.
We're just here to communicate with the public. Our biggest thing is communication. We need to have that open and honest communication going back and forth.
It's fun for people to get to know him, to see us together. That relationship is important in a city, the mayor and the police chief.
Both the mayor president and the police chief showed their united vision for what policing has looked like and will continue to look like under their tenures. Boulay says she is proud of what the police department has accomplished under Truard's leadership.
He's made some phenomenal adjustments in the police department.
She talks about his commitment to the community he serves.
Chief Truard is really open to the community, to the issues that we have, to finding out root causes and really finding solutions to those problems.
She has been my greatest fan. You know, we talk almost every week about, what her needs are, what her vision is for the department.
Mission number 1 was to bring stability to a department which has had 6 different police chiefs in 4 years.
We had so many chiefs in a short period of time. I had to come in and stabilize the department.
But it wasn't the only thing on the list of things to accomplish.
We strengthened patrol. We increased our recruiting and started building our patrol section, so we have a faster response team, more officers out there to go to calls.
It's also been made a priority to build a bond with the community.
Public engagement. We need to get out and speak to the public.
These efforts have also boosted morale within the department and the recruitment of new officers. When Chief Truard started his tenure, there were 50 vacancies within the police department. Now there are 2 applicants for every open position.
Officers feel supported and also know they have the opportunity to grow and learn and become better officers every day.
And when it comes to keeping the public in the know through events such as these, Chief Truard is committed to doing more in the future.
It's all about transparency and informing the public what their police department is doing.
Authorities in Lafayette are looking for some fugitives wanted for OWI, domestic violence, among other offenses. That's why we've invited Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas to talk about Lafayette's most wanted. So thank you for joining us today. We definitely appreciate it. So let's talk about, we're going to go over these suspects one by one and just talk about who we're looking for here.
Okay, thank you for having me today. One of the things that when I was elected, one of the things I said was we have to take OWIs more seriously. Drunk drivers, everybody hear about drunk drivers, and everybody know that that's something that didn't happen involving a drunk driver. So one of the things that I did is I got my warrant team together, and we decided to actually really go after OWIs.
Yeah.
And now, today, I want to talk about second offense OWI. Not the first time, but the second time. And it's several people that we're looking for right now.
Yeah, well, the first one is Ray Vaughn. So can we talk a little bit about him? And he's wanted for multiple OWI offenses?
Yes, Ray Vaughn we're looking for him for OWI. And second offense, he did not appear in court. This is the second time he has been arrested for OWI. And again, the first time is bad enough.
Yeah.
But then when we start talking about the second time, it gets to be worse and worse. So if anybody have any information on Ray Vaughn, we want him picked up as soon as possible.
Okay, and we can also go to our next wanted suspect. The pictures are actually going to come up here. Joshua Gordon Blum. So can we talk a little bit about him and what he's wanted for?
Yes, OWI second offense again. Failure to appear for arraignment. And what failure to appear for arraignment mean that we had court dates and he did not show up for court. He was contacted. We are looking for him. We have searched his residence and could not locate him. So we asking Acadiana to contact us like they always do and let us know where they're at, and we will be picking them up at that time.
Because it almost shows like a disregard, right? Because you said it was his second OWI offense, and then he had a court date, and he didn't bother to show.
Yes, the first time you get an OWI is bad enough. I always say that. So the second time you get an OWI, then and don't show up for court, then at that time I then start looking for you. You know, we look for first offense, but then when you get to second offense, it's much more serious, because one thing I believe, if you did it 2 times, you're going to do it a 3rd time.
Yeah, and it puts the public at risk. Our streets need to be safe, correct?
Yes. So what we're asking is just, if you know any of the people that I'm showing today, to contact the Lafayette Marshal's office and just let us know where they're at, or even if you see yourself up here, then contact us and, you know, take care of it. We don't want anybody driving and continue to drive drunk. You know, because everybody knows somebody that's been involved in an accident, somebody that's been hurt or even killed. So let's stop this and contact the Marshal's office.
All right, so we have a 3rd person here, Jervis Jarrell Grayson Jr.?
Yes, again, OWI second offense. You know, a lot of people is looking at this right now and saying, well, second offense, I didn't even, you know, after the first offense, most people would stop.
Yeah.
So that's why we're looking at it again. Did not show up for court, and we have an active warrant for him.
Okay, and this is the 4th, Gregory Wade Maxwell. This one's a new one, domestic abuse battery, and he committed this offense on November 13th, 2024. And he's also wanted in Texas for OWI and weapons charges. So he has quite a sheet.
Yes. So what happens is, you know, we look at different people and we say, okay, who do we need to get off the street? And we look at Gregory, and we say that because of domestic violence, which is very serious, and we take very serious. You know, it's 2 things that in my court that I tell my deputies. OWIs and domestic violence will not be tolerated. So what we do is we gather the information, and on somebody like Gregory, we want him picked up as soon as possible. So again, we're asking Acadian, the community to get together, to look at these pictures, to look at these names. Somebody know who they are. Contact the Marshal's office, and we will be there to pick them up.
Okay, so you're saying to contact, don't approach them or anything like that, just call your office directly, correct?
Yes, do not approach them, just contact the Marshal's office, 337-291-8725. You contact the Marshal's office, and we will be there to pick them up. 24 hours a day, we will be there. And again, I always give this point. If you see yourself on there, then you contact us, and we will come and we will handle it from there. But if anyone sees them, Acadiana is always there for us, and it won't be any difference. Remember, second offense, these are people that not once, but twice. We need to get them off the street.
Okay, and you will be with us a little bit later in the show, just talking about the City Marshal's office as a whole. You guys are expanding, new training, a lot of great things happening. So you will be back a little bit later in the show, and we'll have that discussion. But for now, a quick break. Welcome back. This crime of the week is coming to us from Vermilion Parish. Authorities are offering a $10,000 reward for help capturing a suspect wanted on multiple drug offenses.
Crime Stoppers of Vermilion presents the Crime of the Week.
Crime Stoppers in the Vermilion Parish Sheriff's Office would like your assistance in solving this segment's Crime of the Week. The United States Marshal Service and the Vermilion Parish Sheriff's Office have teamed up with a private donor to locate and arrest fugitive Jonas Rayo. Rayo is wanted for multiple counts of possession with intent to distribute Scheduled 1, 2, and 3 narcotics with a bond set at $235,000. Rayo is from the Abbeville area and is described as a black male with brown eyes, black hair, stands 6 foot 5 inches tall, and weighs approximately 265 pounds with a date of birth of October 31st, 1984. A $10,000 cash reward has been offered for information leading to the arrest of Rayo.
If you have information on this or any other crime, I encourage you to call the Crime Stoppers tips line at 740-TIPS, or you can download and log on to the P3 app to report your tips anonymously, where you can earn a cash reward. From Vermilion Parish, I'm Sheriff Eddie Longman.
In St. Martin Parish, authorities need your help solving a January homicide in St. Martinville. Investigators are trying to identify the owner of a vehicle of interest. Here is a look at the vehicle of interest. Right before 7 p.m. on January 17th, deputies with the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office responded to a call in the 2400 block of Catahoula Highway. It was reportedly a shooting. Deputies say once there, they found 45-year-old Cody James of St. Martinville dead inside the vehicle of a gunshot wound. Investigators are trying to identify the owner of a white Chevy Trax as seen in the attached photos. This investigation remains ongoing, and anyone with information regarding the person or persons responsible for this homicide or has any information regarding the suspect or the suspect's vehicle is asked to contact St. Martin Parish Crime Stoppers at 337-441-3030. You can also report it using the free P3 Tips app. Another investigation in St. Martin Parish the Sheriff's Office needs your help with. Deputies are looking for the suspect connected to a vehicle theft. Deputies sent these pictures of a person of interest. The vehicle theft happened around 9 p.m. June 14th at Cash Magic Vegas South, located in the 1000 block of Baker Hughes Drive. Authorities say the unknown person seen in these photos entered the victim's vehicle described as a white 2009 Kia Sportage and left the scene in an unknown direction. Deputies found the vehicle early the next morning. Officials are asking for your assistance identifying the person wanted in connection with this theft. Anyone with information as to the identity and whereabouts of this individual in the photos is asked to contact St. Martin Crime Stoppers, again, 441-3030 or via the free P3 Tips app. All callers will remain anonymous. If your tip leads to an arrest, you will be eligible for a cash reward. Stay with us. We will continue our conversation with Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas. He explains how Lafayette City Marshals ensure our community is safe each and every day. Welcome back to Acadiana Crime Stoppers. We are back with Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas. So earlier in the show, we talked about some fugitives that we were looking for, but now we're just going to have a conversation just about the City Marshal's Office in general, some of the new things you guys are implementing, some new trainings that you guys may be doing, some new projects you guys may be involved with. Firstly, so you guys are taking over the Park Police, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that.
We already started working with the Park Police. One of the things that took place is in the last administration, the Park Police was cut out. Mm-hmm. And what I looked at was, you know, a lot of kids and a lot of our kids go to the park, and we wanted to be safe. So we had several incidents that happened in the parks, and you know, the police department, the sheriff department, I mean, they do so much. Yeah. So to try to just say, okay, you're just gonna do the parks, they have so many other things they have to do. So I decided that that we will take over the parks, and that's what we did. Right now, we have several deputies that works the parks. Mm-hmm. And when I say work the park, they're in the parks every day. So now you're gonna, when you go out and run or when you go somewhere with your kids, you're gonna see the deputies there. And not only are we there, we are a part of the community. So if you know me, I believe in working in the community. So one of the things that we do in the parks is during the summertime, we're at every camp. Not only are we at the camps protecting the kids, we're mentoring also. You know, you might even see deputies giving out snowballs or something. Mm-hmm. So we take the parks very seriously. We have did operations in the park, and any issues that we had is pretty much cleared up. So I will tell you that now when you take your kids to the park, you're gonna see a marshal there, I guarantee you. And one of the things that we do is we make sure that because we're in the parks, we make sure that we are seen, and we make sure that we protect not only the kids, but adults, and any events that goes on in the park area, we handle that also.
Yeah, there was a CivicCon event earlier this week, and I actually interviewed the mayor president, and she's highlighting a lot of the same things you are. Just being in the community. I also talked to the Lafayette police chief. He said the same thing, community. We need to engage in the community, and now you're saying that as well. So that just seems like a theme lately with this new administration coming in Lafayette Parish, trying to bond with the community. And it seems like the city marshal's office is definitely on board with that based on what you just said.
Yeah, one of the things that I believe in strongly is that if you bond with the community, then you get the trust. And once you get the trust, then you get contact. You know, earlier we showed pictures. Well, because it's the marshal's office or the city, then they have people that trust in our agency and will contact us. And that's what it's about. You know, we do a backpack giveaway every year. I've been doing it ever since I've been elected. This is going to be the 5th year. We give away almost 1,000 backpacks on MLK. And what that does is that's people that cannot afford, you know, it's just a help. And the deputies are out there, and my explorers are out there, you know, and it's just a part where we get with the community, we talk to the community, we feed the community, we have a cook team. You know, we're doing things that a marshal's office have never done before. And a lot of times I talk about that, and I talk to other marshals throughout the state, and it's like, well, wait up, y'all are doing a lot more than other marshal's office on. And that's what I pride myself on. I pride myself on being the best marshal agency, not only in the state, and my people will tell you, but I talk about nationally. You know, and that brings up accreditation.
I was just about to right on cue. So tell me about that.
We are accredited. Accreditation means that we meet certain standards that's national. Like, we have to meet so many standards to get accredited. And one of the, you don't see marshal's office accredited. You know, your city police and the sheriff department is accredited. So it was very important that I reached that stage, because, you know, one of the things I believe in is that we have to be professionals. And Acadiana, the community deserves that in law enforcement. So we went and we did all the work, and we was accredited. We met all the standards that we need to meet. And these standards are very high standards. We are the only marshal's office in Louisiana that's accredited. Wow. There's only 3 marshal's offices nationally that's accredited. So I'm so proud of that, because when I took office, we really worked hard to get there. And we're to that level, and we will stay at that level.
We want to be the model. We want other marshal's offices to model themselves off of us.
Yes. And lastly, I could tell you this, we took over some SRO programs. Again, the charter schools, you know, the sheriff's office and the city does a lot of SROs, but again, everybody only could do so much. We only have so many. So when the charter schools started, they really needed SROs in the school. Not only did we start doing the SROs, we also started DARE. We have a DARE program. So, you know, we just work with the community. What the community needs, what the people need, then we're there. Anytime the mayor asks us to step up to do something, we do it. So, you know, I'm proud of my organization and what we're doing. And again, you know, SROs, all the charter schools, the parks, and most of all, the city court. You know, city court is where we start at. That's where I call it the heartbeat of the marshal's office. The judges, we keep the judges safe. Any mandates that the judges have, like subpoenas, warrants, we have a warrant team. We pick up people. You know, we are doing things at this marshal office that has not been seen before.
Yeah, and this whole show, this is why we started this show. It's about building a trust between law enforcement and the community. And just hearing what you're saying, I'm just so glad to have you as my very first guest on our, you know, show premiere, because you're just all about community.
And you know, one of the things that I believe in, and I believed in it from the very beginning, was if we do the right thing, then we would get the right things done for us. So all of my deputies is very respectful to everybody, and we know our mission, we do our job, and we're going to continue to protect Lafayette.
Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Our partnership with law enforcement continues next week. Join us as we show you our most wanted fugitives throughout Acadiana. Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas will be with us again to talk to us about the latest fugitives his office is looking for. We'll see what other suspects he is looking for as well. A one-on-one conversation with Major Jenny Higgins with the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office. She'll explain what her office is doing to keep the streets safe. We appreciate you tuning in to Acadiana Crimestoppers exclusively on KLFY+. We will be back next week detailing the latest crimes to be solved and perps to be brought to justice. We'll see you next week.